tips and tricks or requests, which I will review and then I'll share with everybody. Now, on to the intro. Okay, so I'm going to show you this privacy-focused application. It's called Organic Maps. Now, this is an application that I actually used during the lockdown because there's a reason actually for that. I'll explain a little bit later, maybe during an installation. So the reason I actually discovered this application was because when I was looking for land, I was traveling to the rural area, and I have an Android phone. So what would happen is, no matter what I did, it will always default to the Google Maps application. And that was very, very annoying because the Google Maps, at least here in Southern Ontario, it wasn't very good for the rural areas. What I found was, like, literally any other map, whether it was Bing Maps or whether it was the one, I don't know if Nokia, whatever, Navitech, that one I think it is. Yeah, that one was also pretty accurate. So, but sometimes because I would forget, because I planned my things ahead of time, what would happen is I would go and get lost somewhere, and then I realized, oh, it's because he's using Google Maps, but then the GPS signal is gone, the cellular service is gone, and I'm stuck somewhere, right? So I got really ticked off. Then I realized, is there a way I can install something, I guess not from the Google Play Store, that will honor my request? And that's when I discovered Organic Maps. Now, I was able to do turn by turn, what do you call it, the navigation and all that as well. So this one worked extremely well. And I actually tested it when I was still living in Toronto. I would come here when this place was being prepped, and yeah, it worked extremely well. Surprisingly, so well that I think I still have it on my old phone. So I'll show you that. And also, there's actually, if you're on Linux, there's also a version for Linux as well, and I'll show you that as well. So the best of both worlds. So as you can see here, in the world of mobile navigation, there are numerous apps available, but a few offer the level of customization and privacy that Organic Maps provides. Organic Maps is an open source navigation app that prioritizes user privacy and offers a range of features that make it a strong contender in the navigation app market. Let's dive into what makes Organic Maps stand out and how to install it on your Android device. Specifically, this is my old, I still have it. You guys might recognize this. This one I was used for the chicken webcam, the Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra. I also did a video recently where I tried to use it as a webcam. We created our own RTSP webcam with it, because it does have H.264 hardware encoding, so meaning that it should be faster and smoother for OBS. I'm not using it now because that video did actually horrible. It's actually my worst performing video ever, which is surprisingly a big surprise, because even last year when I started posting videos again, some of the videos did, some of them would go weeks with like 0 views, but eventually they did pretty well, you know. What I'm saying is that you guys literally don't want me to do any coding anymore, which is fun. What did I say? I heard you guys loud and clear. Okay, so Open Maps is obviously open source navigation app that provides offline maps, turn-by-turn navigation, and a variety of other features without compromising user privacy. Unlike many other navigation apps, Organic Maps does not track your location or collect personal data, making it a great choice for privacy-conscious users. Okay, so one of the great things about Organic Maps is that you can get offline maps. Now, I said before, when I was traveling, that would have been fantastic, because that would mean that I would be less likely to get lost. Now, when you travel, even though it's still Southern Ontario, just a little bit north outside the urban areas, it's you have like dirt highways, and I said the signals do get lost. And some people say, oh, you know, just when you reach your destination, just go back where you went from. I tell these people, no, you don't understand. It's a dirt highway or like dirt road, right? All you see is trees everywhere. It's meaning that I can't. And I said when I arrived at my destination, when I was looking for land, everything looks the same. So I wasn't going to park my vehicle on the road, because I'm not selfish. I knew people would need to pass by. So I would try to find some parking in a ditch or something, and make sure the ditch is not too steep because I don't want to be stuck. Remember, this was during the pandemic, so meaning that I could be stuck there for days because nobody, there were very few people on the road. Anyways, so what I would do is I'll do like some 3-point turns and all this until I found a place where there's enough room for other cars or bigger trucks and stuff to pass by. So the problem when I was doing that, then I would get out, take photos, look at the area, and then then go to my next destination. The problem is when I was doing all that turning, twisting, and all this stuff, I wouldn't remember which way I came from. Now people would say, "Oh, just look at the tire tracks." I tell them it's a dirt thing. There is no tire tracks. Or if it rained or whatever, you didn't see where you came from, right? Even though I'll be probably the only person who's been there since the previous year. Anyways, the point is, I wish something like this existed for me. So as you can see, I've already explained all this stuff. It's open source, the source is available for anyone to review, modify, and contribute to. It's customizable, tailor the app to your needs with various settings and options. I already talked about there's no tracking or data collection, and turn by turn, that means you get real-time direction with voice guidance. And they already talked about the offline map. So what this means, you don't have to download the I learned this eventually. My first instinct is to download the world map. No, you don't have to. You can download a specific area. For example, if I'm in Southern Ontario, I don't need to download all of, well, I think it goes by the entire world, then you can go by country, then you can go by province, and then you can go by a city. So obviously for me, I had to download Ontario because I was traveling from Toronto, like all over the southern part, which is a pretty big area. All right. So I'll explain there are ways you can install this on older devices like this one. So this Sony Xperia XA1 Ultra, it came with Android 7 I got it in 2018 January, I think January 2nd, and then it only updated to It updated to Android 8. So I think right now it's Android 8. Sometimes I do reset it, so it will go back to Android 7, but Android 7, 8 doesn't matter. So upgrade it to 8. So it does work with 7 and 8. It doesn't really matter. You can go to F-Droid. F-Droid is perfect if you have a Node device to get some applications as well. So and then so if you don't want to download it from F-Droid, you can simply go get APK, and this is instructions on how to install it. Obviously, you have to if your device is newish, you probably have to go to some type of settings and security and enable option to install from unknown sources. Even on my older device, I had to do this. So then you download the APK from the Organic Web's website. We'll take a look at that in a second, and then that's it. You just install it and you launch it, and then it asks you permissions. Obviously, it's going to want to use the GPS, and I think what's the other one it asks for? To use the microphone. No, is it the microphone? If you wish. So there's only, I think, one. Oh, internet. Sorry, yeah, internet, of course. All right. So here are some screenshots. As you can see, this is from my device, and then you just install it. I installed this from F-Droid, of course, and so on, and started using. You see, you can tell this phone I don't have a lot of the Google stuff because you see it doesn't look pretty. This is the default. If you remove all the Google stuff, the font will be this weird looking thing, but it still works. You just click allow. So it's asking to use the location. Yeah, just click allow, and that's it. That's the only one it asked to use. And then I was able to see it says download world map, and then I just downloaded a random city in Southern Ontario, and because I've been there, I was actually there in the summer. So in Kingston, Ontario. So I was actually there in the summer, and I know a little bit about it now. That's Kingston. I haven't been in Kingston in like decades, so that's why I went there. And then you can see here, I said, so that's a mobile version, screencast, and then there's also a desktop version if you're on Linux. Again, you see, I just downloaded the same map, Kingston, and that's it. This is a live screen. There we go. So you can see it's a paid playback. So I'm gonna go and stop it right there, and we can get started. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a screen copy. So you guys can see my screen, my Android device. I hope it's already. I hope I didn't remove it. So I think I need to go to no, not Android. I need to go to applications. and score copy, yes. And I think all I need to do is just score copy. Yes, I'm just gonna resize this so you guys can see my screen. Right. One of these days I really want to do some. Yeah. So there we go. That's good enough. All right. So I'm just gonna. Oh, it's there. So you go. I'm just gonna go to settings, and I think it's, yeah. See app permissions here. You just go and you can, you see default special access app permissions and stuff like that. So just make sure you do. You see, I said it has this weird looking font because I said I deleted the Google stuff. Yeah, so that's all you do. Yes, they're there. So let's go back. Okay, so I don't need settings anymore. Let me get rid of this. Okay, so for the apps, I think I click this guy, yeah, then I go this way. You see organic maps is here. I said I used F-Droid to install it. So you see organic maps, map data. So here we go. And you see it has Kingston. This is the map that I did, I showed you in the screenshots. So there are a lot of few settings here. You see here you can add a place. You can download maps. Go to settings, record track, and share my location. So for example, let's go to settings. You see measurement, you can choose between miles and kilometers. That's metric and I guess standard. And as you can see, all this stuff is on by default. I haven't changed any of these. You can save your maps to a specific photo, so that way you can, I guess, use it at a different location. You can enable logging, mobile internet. I don't have mobile internet now. I don't have the internet is off right now, by the way, in case you're wondering. But you can still use the map, and I'll show that to you in a second. You have night mode, obviously language is English. This is all the default. And you see the voice instructions are on, routing options are off right now. And if you want, you can use the Google Play's location services, but you see by default it's off. It used to be on, I think, by default in the older version when I used this a few years ago, but that's it. So that's there. So we go back here. And so what you can do, I'm just going to show you very quickly. Obviously, you can set your own perfect location. You can obviously do a search. So let's say, let me drag the map here. I think it's looking for internet. So actually, let me drag down here. I'll switch on Wi-Fi just to make it happy. So it stops searching. Okay, so that should stop. So let's say I want to go from Holmes Road to this place here, right? So what you do is you click here. You see, you map that point, then you say from, and then you, so this is going to be the from point, and then let's say I want to go here. You see, this is going to be 2, right? So I want to go from here to here, then it says, you see, it created the, then I can hit start, then it will show me how to go from here to here. And as you can see here, you can walk, you can drive, walk, take the, obviously Kingston is a city, so they do have a bus, or you can bike. I don't know what this one is. What is this? I don't know what that one is. I guess, is that, I don't know what that one is. Is that like a ride share? You guys, I've never used ride share before. I don't know what this is. What is this? Oh, that's the measure. Okay, that's a measurement. Okay, it's just a measurement. Obviously, if it was straight, clearly it's not going to be straight because there's a waterway here. You have to actually use the what do you call it? You have to use this type of highways and stuff as well. Well, that's a measurement. So if you see, if you take the bicycle, how long it's going to take you? 36 minutes. It's 11 kilometers. So it's smart enough. It shows you how you're going to take. Now some of this. Yeah, so there we go. So you should be able to do this because this is downtown Kingston. What I'm saying is that even if they don't have a bike path, the point is that they probably have curbs or something, so you'll be safe. I'm saying you probably be able to go. And let me see, there are buses. See if it's smart enough to pick up buses. No subway now. Oh, that's for subway. Please choose a start and end point to closer to the subway station. So clearly Kingston doesn't have subway system. I thought they'll pick up the buses. I guess it's not smart enough yet. And then let's see how long it takes to walk. So walking as well, it says it's going to take 2 hours and 24 minutes. Oh, I didn't realize it's that far. It's 10 kilometers. Really? 2 hours to walk 10 kilometers? How far is 10 kilometers? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is so. So some of you, I mean, I lived in a very urban area. So even so, one of the weird things that freaks me out is when you're in an urban area, like obviously Toronto or Kingston, is though even though it's only 10 kilometers, the reason it takes such a long time is because there will be a lot of stop signs, there will be traffic lights, and all that type of stuff. That's why it takes so long. For example, when I moved to a rural area, if something is like say 8 kilometers, it's fast because there's no stop signs and the roads are pretty they're straight, or what I mean is that there's no there's nothing that will obstruct your way to your endpoint. And reversely, if you drive, let's see how long it takes to drive. See driving. So this is another weird thing. Even though it's only 11 kilometers, it takes 13 minutes. So for example, where I am here, something is far away. Like for example, just going to town is about 20. Oh no, sorry. Going to town is. Oh shoot! I think it's like 20 kilometers, and that takes like 8 minutes. You know what I mean? So now, of course, there are rural highways, but what I'm getting at is there's nothing to obstruct you to your destination. But when you're in an urban area, you get this. So there we go. So then you can hit start and save. Now remember, so then you can tell you which way is north. Let me zoom out a little bit. So you see this is the north. Oops, I guess I was wrong. I need to apologize for that. I thought this was south. Okay, so this is 41. I know Kingston is, yeah, so I thought I was in the south part. Okay, so I guess I must have zoomed out. I didn't realize this is the so that's why that's a weird thing. So this is Kingston down here. I didn't realize I was up north. I should have actually been wary when I saw all these green areas. So, let's actually go to Kingston here. Let's zoom in, and you can see. I'm going to pick something like the University District. So that's a simple one. Because usually there are a lot of buildings. You can see it shows like the church, one of churches and stuff. Let's keep on zooming in. You see, one thing I did like about this it blew me away was that when you keep on zooming, it uses OpenStreetMap, but you can see it has this the building, so you don't need like a satellite image. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so you can see, you can just keep on zooming in. And say just put your wherever you want to go, so you can see you have even this radio station, campus bookstore, etc. You can zoom, you keep on zooming, yeah, keep on zooming, and then yeah, so there we go. Yeah, it's buttery smooth, and you can get out of here as well, and you can see all the other places as well here, and it shows the what is this, the scale. So this is 100 meters. Obviously 100 meters is easy to walk. Alright, so that's the desktop application. There's really nothing much. I promised, so the way I installed this, I'll show you how I installed it, is that I used, I think it's this one here, yeah. So as I said before, I used F-Droid. So you see this is F-Droid. I used F-Droid to install it. All I did, I went and hit search, and then I just typed organic maps. See, this is how I got it, organic maps, and you see this is how I installed it. You see it's actually pretty up to date. Pretty lucky for me for this tutorial. So that's the one here. You see it's actually very, very up to date. So fantastic. See, it was updated 3 weeks ago at the time of this recording. Yeah, so it says this feature. So one thing I like about F-Droid is say this app has features you might not like. So you click more. Then it says that what are some of the features? Okay, let me see here. Offline, that's obviously good. Detailed. Uses OpenStreetMap. Privacy first. Important features: explore places, like hiking, and all blah blah blah. Tracker. What are the features I might not like? I don't see them here. Anti-features, here we go. So this app contains non-free assets, compiled binary data files, including but not limited to .mwm map files, and free and open source license. The app depends entirely on certain instance of a network service. So that's one of the good things about F-Droid before you actually, because in the past I said that Google thing was, enabled, but now they give you an option to disable, which is fantastic. So there we go. It depends entirely on instance of a network service. So that might be good or bad depending on if you wish, you might not want that. So that's up to you. But it's a really good map. I said I have used it, and you can see some more screenshots down here. Yeah, so there we go. Obviously, it's a more urban area. I think this looks like an airport or something. Yeah, so there you go. It's really nice. I highly recommend it. All right, now I don't know what happened there. Okay, so as I said, this is the what do you call it? This is the mobile version. I'm going to show you now the desktop version. It's pretty similar. So let me switch off the internet here. It's not needed. Okay, it's not needed, so I don't need the phone anymore. I'm going to turn the phone off. Oh, yes. Okay. Well, that's loud. Okay. So now for the silly me, I forgot to show you guys the actual website for organic. So let's actually go to their page. What is it called? Organicmaps.org. So this is their page. Sorry about that. I completely forgot to show you guys this. Organic Maps. It's organicmaps.app. And as you can see here, they do have a GitHub page. We'll take a look at it in a second. You see, it's cross-platform basically. I mean, mobile ways. You can get it on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store. This other one, I've never heard of this. Huawei App Gallery, Optimium. I don't know what that one is. Never. Oh, that's a GitHub. Okay. Oh, GitHub. Okay, I'm actually gonna go there. I didn't know that's GitHub. I learned something new today. And obviously F-Droid. This is the one we just for this is how I installed it. So you can see screenshots here. All the same screenshots from before. Why organic? You see, there's no ads, there's no tracking, no data collection, no phoning home, no annoying registration, no mandatory tutorials. No noisy email spam, no push notification, no crapware. No, purely organic. Okay, I like that. All right, so there we go. And yeah. And this is the multiple ways you can donate. Oh, I should actually copy this. And yeah, so if you do use this and you have the means, I would recommend you. The apps like this are very, very important. So let's actually go to the. Obviously, you can. Let's go to the GitHub page. So this is the GitHub page, and if you remember the version that we got, this one here, 25.12.16. I will show you that. So this is good. So you can look at the code. Is what I'm getting at. You can look at the code, if you will, and it's cross-platform. You see Xcode. That's obviously for Macs. Qt. That's obviously for the desktop, most likely Linux. And then you see this stuff for iPhone, Android as well. And Organic Maps, you can get all those different stores. Yeah. So if you guys want to get it, obviously from the Play Store, you can get it there as well. It is there on the Play Store as well. And the license, the Apache license 2.0. I've also done a tutorial on the Apache license. I wrote an article and also a live. Was it a live stream? No, it wasn't a live stream, but I did do one. I did create one. I think it was when I was away. I think that might actually be when I actually visited Kingston. What the irony. Okay, so that's it. And then I'm actually curious about this one. I never heard of this before. GitHub, from GitHub using Optimium. Optimium allows you to install and update apps directly from the release pages. Receive notifications when new releases are available. Oh, I didn't know that. Do you guys know about Optimium? Okay, okay, that's interesting. Cool. Okay, so maybe this could be a way to, if it doesn't track, this could be a way to. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Because I used to do it manually, but I guess you don't have to do anymore. You can just use Obtainium. So what I was trying to say is that if we go back to Organic Maps here, the GitHub page, let me see if they have something you can download. Where's the releases? So let's just, you can click on the releases here, and this one here. Yeah, so you see there's this APK. You can basically just download this APK and use ADB. I have tutorials on that. You just download this, and then you use ADP to install right onto the onto the device. Now this might get harder in the future. I had a problem. You know that app I created for OBS for the webcam. I was having some issues because Google has changed a few things where they enforce this rule where you have to even though it's signed, they expect it to come from some type of app store, I guess, for security reasons. So and this is getting more and more difficult to do as well. You can see they also have the checksum. I've shown you guys how to do a checksum. Maybe we'll do that. Yeah, so actually here it's pretty simple. You just basically, when you download something, use the checksum to make sure that it's the actual one that the download hasn't been compromised. Maybe you'll do another tutorial on that in the future when I download something. Usually I don't have to, but I'll do that. Oh, you know what? I should do it for the lossless cut. Next time I do a tutorial on something like lossless cut, I'll probably show you guys how to do that as well. And I know maybe I'll make a very short video and just upload instead of doing it live. I'll do a live stream. Okay, so now if you notice something interesting, maybe I said that you can use you can install it on Linux. Now you guys might be saying, hey, wait a minute, Edward, I don't see it here. Well, that's the reason. The reason it's not here is actually, I think they mention it on their website. I believe they do mention it on their website here. Let's go check it out. I think they mentioned Linux here somewhere. Let's see. I think they do mention it. Which I'm going to use. Install IO. No, that's not it. Okay, I know I read it somewhere. I can't find out where it. I think it was. Oh, I think it was here in install. There are many ways. I think it was how to build. No, you can help in many ways. Install. I think it was install. Yeah, here we go. It is install. It says it's a building. You see here. So desktop app. It says if you need a Linux or Mac OS machine to build a desktop version of Organic Apps, Windows users can use the WSL. I still don't understand what. Oh yeah, Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, and follow the Linux or Mac for. So this is how, if you want to build it yourself. Remember, it's open source, the Apache 2 license. So if you want to build it, you can build it here. They explain how to build it. But if you don't want to do that, and also for Windows, obviously the Linux one will work on the Mac OS, pretty much the same. However, as I said before, if you don't want to do, you can also build it for your Android as well. And yeah, so that's a building. But if you don't want to do that, I do have something for you. If you go to if you're on Linux, if you go to FlatHub, you see right there, flathub.org. You can just search for Organic Maps and you see somebody did build it. It's a Open Maps community, and you can, because I already have obviously FlatHub and Flatpak installed, so I can just click install. I'm not sure if it's already installed. We'll check it out in a second. I'll show you another way you can install it from FlatHub, and you can see here it is, the license 2.0. It's actually a pretty small size. The download size is only about 150 megabytes, and what's installed, it's still less than 500 megabytes. So that's pretty amazing, because most of the Flatpak, they get really big, like a gig size. So I'm pretty happy with this, and that's how many people have installed it. So this is what's new, and you can read more, show more. There we go. Just looking through all of that. That's the different modes as well. So, and then you have options here as well. All right, so with that said, I'm going to close this. That's no longer needed, and I'm going to use the software center, the software, to simply click on search, type Organic Maps, You see, I've already installed it, organic maps, it's here, and all I did was just clicked. I've already installed it. See, it's from FlatHub. It's already installed. It's the same thing I've shown you before. So I'm just going to click. I'm going to click open here, and this is what the app looks like. Okay, I'm going to make it smaller so my viewers on vertical screens can see it better. So as you can see, Princess Street, Queen Street. This is clearly Kingston. The first time you run it, there's no map. You can obviously. I'll show you the map feature. It's the same no matter what version you get. So you have options here. For example, this one here, public transit. Obviously, we notice the ISO lanes, outdoors, hiking and cycling, and then you have this one if you want to bookmark specific places. If you want to the start point, and I showed you guys this, the start point, end point on the phone. If you want to do the turn by turn navigation, if you want to turn on, turn off the clear the route settings, push to select set position and etc. And then what's this one here? Select mode, right mouse button, and this one is clear selection, search, and this is to set points or to measure points. This is actually very important too. Google also has most maps do have this as well. But sometimes you want to measure distance. For example, like when I was looking for land, I would, you can use this tool to see if it's close to what they specify. So that's one of the reasons I was looking for mostly a square or a rectangle. There were some pieces of land which were weirdly shaped, and I didn't want to deal with that stuff as I get older, because if somebody starts encroaching on the land or something, it's a pain in the butt. So I didn't want to deal with those. I'm telling you, I saw some weirdly shaped. It looked like a teapot, So I'm like, oh man, I can't deal with that. Now I know why they did it, because they wanted to give people access to the main road instead of one of the side, which was not, So I understand why they did, but I'm saying I didn't want to deal with that stuff. It's just weirdly shaped. My position, and obviously you can do the scale, and then you can save your, you save your map. So let's go here to help. Go to about. And you can see here it's organic maps 25.12.16, and then we have other things here in help. We have the preferences, and you see by default, obviously, because I'm in Canada, it uses metric, but if you want to use imperial, so if you don't know what that means, metric means like centimeters, kilometers, etc. Imperial means foot, inches, etc. Use larger fonts, English of course, my language, and you can switch to night mode. Let's actually switch to night mode. There we go, night mode. That's night mode. I think that actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's leave night. Actually, the water is kind of weird looking. It's a little bit dark, but that actually does work. So that's night mode. You know what? Let's switch back to the other one, which was the turn that off or follow system settings. Right now, obviously, yeah, that's fine. It's a little easier to, for example, the Royal Military College of Canada. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit here. And as you can see, this is Highway 401. This is the downtown part of Kingston. So I think I got confused. I zoomed in here and I thought I did the same thing on the phone, but so it's the same thing again. For example, if I want to go from here, you see it says Montreal Street. I put route from, or I can add a stop. So route from, and then I go. Let's say I want to go right here, and I say route to. Right? So you see, it does this right away. Now, some of you guys might be screaming, "Hey, wait a minute! How come it's more intuitive on the desktop than the phone?" Well, you have to remember the phone I'm using Scar Copy, right? And number two, the phone is old. Obviously, this workstation was literally just built this, not this year, but in the summer. So it's probably not even 6 months old. So obviously this is going to be way faster. And remember, this one has it has two GPUs, the integrated graphics and the dedicated graphics, both of which are way superior to whatever's on the phone, because that's a mid-range phone. So there we go. Yeah, so nice and simple. Let me see here. What are some of the options hidden? Oh no, they're not hidden. I wanted to make sure none of these options are hidden. What happens if I want to get another map? Is it a map? Oh, import. No, that's the import. You can export, show on map. How do I get another map here? Select. Okay, you can. I'm not sure how to. Huh. That is weird. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's a weird icon. Okay, I thought I was going to say, okay, so as you can see here, you can search for particular places. For example, if I search for Toronto, let's see Toronto. You can see it says installed, but I don't have the entire Canadian. You see the problem, if I install all of Canada, it's going to be 5 gigs, right? That's right, 5 gigs? Yeah, that's 5 gigs. So I didn't install all of Canada. The only thing I installed is I believe I didn't even install all of Ontario. All I did was I installed really? Oh, Toronto is not even installed. Okay, that's weird. So let's go to Kingston. Kingston. It says installed. So. Oh, I didn't know Labrador and Saskatchewan are places called Kingston. You see, this one is the one. This one is installed, and you see Kingston is 116 megabytes. So this is one I installed. Obviously, you can install. Oops, I don't want to delete it. This is a weird. But anyway, so the point is, this is the one I installed. If you want another place, you can also go and install that one. For example, if you want to install Toronto, you just you can install another map. I do like that feature. Now I'm saying that. Like I said, when I was traveling throughout southern Ontario, it was much better for me to actually install the entire Ontario map, because you see the entire Ontario map is 864 megabytes, which is not a big deal if I'm going to multiple places. Obviously, now I said I just installed Kingston just to show you guys that it does work. Alright, so I think there's nothing else for me to show you, just to tell you that you can obviously compile this, as you guys saw, for desktop. For me, because I'm Linux, I already did it and put it on FlatHub, so I didn't have to do that. Just made it my life easier. And on the phone, I said I have it there on the on this other phone. Now, on my daily driver, I don't have this. The reason I don't have this is because I'm pretty familiar with the places I go now. I rarely use maps. Yeah, even at nighttime, I'm comfortable now that I know the area pretty well. So and Google, because of myself, friends, and everybody I told, my area is now pretty. It's mapped very well. There's no way I can get lost, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to. Also, because I ordered stuff, so whether it was from Amazon or Walmart, everybody knows my place is common now, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to worry about it. Yeah. So I would I use this again? Absolutely. What I'm saying is I said, like, even though I was only. I'm saying is I would use it for places that if I'm traveling, if I'm not familiar with them. Now, with any map, what do you call it? Any map app. Obviously, I said in urban areas like Kingston, no problem. But I'm saying is that if you start going to some of these rural areas, now luckily, the way Ontario is where's Ottawa? Is Ottawa? Ottawa is north. I'll just keep on zooming out. Where's Ottawa? Oh, here's Ottawa. So now the good thing is, you see Kingston is down here. Now the weird thing is, to go to Ottawa, you basically follow 401 here, then you take this highway and you go to Ottawa here, right? So you see Ottawa is this is basically north here. So you see Ottawa is north of say Kingston, right? Now I'm not in Kingston. I'm just giving you an example. Like if I was going to Kingston, if I was going between Ottawa and this one, yes, I would definitely use this application. You can use it for anything else. What I'm saying is that if we just go north, for example, even just here, you see it's still south of Ottawa, right? So this areas you see here, these are all very rural, very rural area. I'll just show you how big Ontario is. So you see this, right? So this part here is still southern Ontario. In fact, even Sudbury, really think about it, is still southern Ontario. So you can see, let's put it here. So you see Ontario is a pretty big province. So for example, this area is here, nobody, let's be honest, nobody lives here, especially Hudson Bay, nobody lives here. There might be 2 or 3 people, right, for a huge area. So when I told you guys, I think somewhere around here is probably Sault Ste. Marie and Thunder Bay. Anyways, all this is really southern Ontario, as you can see. If you just draw a line here, this is still southern Ontario, right? But the thing is, what I'm saying is the majority of people live actually just down here in Ontario. Yeah, you find people, some people here scattered here, and I said, and if you zoom in here, yeah, you see Thunder Bay is here, Sault Ste. Marie, but you see there's nobody else here. There's literally there's nobody there. So what I'm trying to say is that what do you call it? I didn't download the entire Ontario map, but even if I don't have to, because there's really, I doubt it's going to be filled in there, because there'll probably only be one road to get up there, and it's probably closed off during the winter. I don't blame them. So what I'm getting at, you can see this how Ontario is. All these green areas are here. You see all these lakes and whatever. Nobody lives there. Oh no, sorry, I shouldn't say that. I'm saying they're very sparsely populated. So the most north I had traveled was really just, you see this Highway 7 when I was looking for rural land. So it's still pretty, and there were very few people along here, right? So what I was trying to say is that even just these areas here, at least 4 or 5 years ago, Google was having problems with. That's what got me to start looking for alternatives. And I said Bing Maps worked well, Navitech, and obviously organic maps as well, because when I was looking for a rural area, let me pick a place here, just a little bit north. There's a place I visited called Madawaska Valley. Let me see if I can figure it out here. Is that it? Oh, that's Marble Lake. That Mississippi River. Okay. It's anywho, it doesn't really matter. And the point I'm trying to say is, like, let's pick a place here. So I'm gonna zoom in. I'll keep on zooming in. You see, when I said it's sparsely populated, I mean it's really sparsely populated. I did visit these areas, by the way, on Highway 41. So you can see these places, they're sparsely populated. Now this looks much bigger than it is, because but I'm saying it's nowhere this big. So as you can see, sparsely, this is a highway, by the way, right? You can see there's no places to shop for food, there's no grocery stores. Yeah, so anywho, so this is the places I was traveling when I was looking for rural land. I did visit all these areas. There's a lot of land for sale, at least in late summer. So where does 41 end? It's actually not that big, but it looks big here. Let me actually zoom out here. I do want to get to Madawaska Valley, so let's zoom down here. Yeah, I was also traveling here. There's an area somewhere here where, although it's a highway, it becomes one lane. Basically, there's a bridge, and it becomes one lane where you have to stop. It's on a highway. You have to stop, let people go in one way, and then you go. So I was just driving because I thought, I'm on a highway, it's 80, the rule, it's 80 kilometers. So I was just driving. Then I see people stopped. I think, what are they stopping for? Right? So I just keep on driving, and then they were nice. I guess they realize I'm not from there. I don't know how it goes. So what I should have done is I should have stopped, obviously, because they had been parking, waiting for people to go. I should have stopped, but they let me go, so they were nice. Anywho, Come on, where does 41 end? Jeez. This is what I was trying to say. Madawaska Valley is here. Yeah, Madawaska River. Yeah, so there we go. So I traveled to this area. There was actually some really good land here. The reason it was actually decently priced. It was, I think, let me see. It was, I think it was 300 acres. Yeah, it was 300 acres. So the price was pretty good. Now, there was a flaw. There was a flaw with the land. So I'll tell you what it is. So you can see this Madawaska River here. So the land was somewhere here, probably even, yeah, somewhere here. I think the land was somewhere literally right here. Anyway, so here's the problem with that land. I think it was somewhere here or here, one of them. Anyways, the point is, I realized that you had a riverbank, right? And I realized what was happening was there used to be something called Ontario Hydro. So they had a lot of land. So they've been selling it off because they were split. One is for delivery, one is for making the power. Anyways, the point is, you could see some of those stuff left over. And I realized that I'm still relatively young. In the future, this place could get very popular, especially with the prime minister at that time. His idea was to get to Canada as quickly as possible to 100 million people. Anyways, the point was, I realized that riverbank, I might not actually own it. I mean, Ontario Hydro might have owned it because obviously there's a power generation plant here, but I would not own it. So when I talked to the realtor told me, oh yeah, if you want it, talk to the city or the municipality. So I called them up. They said, no, you don't own it. So I'm thinking, I don't want people walking literally on my land every time, and that's crazy. So I was like, so that was one problem. The other problem was, even though there are a few people there, the other problem was it was slanted. So what would happen is people above me, they let their water to prevent them from flooding run around to my land because it's going into the river. And I'm like, I don't want that as well. Now, so before you say, oh, you build a bridge or whatever, then I'll tick everybody off. So I'm thinking, if the land was if the land was cheaper, maybe 100 grand, sure, I'll put up with that stuff, all of that stuff. But I was thinking, like, yeah, that's not worth it. I'd rather take a smaller piece of land and not have to put up with headaches. Because you have to remember is, when you're younger, you can go through those type of headaches. It's not a big deal. But when you're older, yeah, I don't want to put up that stuff. Oh, the other problem here's a problem with this land. Okay, so as you can clearly see here, there's a river, right? So the Google Maps at that time ignored this. They ignored the river. So this is what happened. They got me lost twice. I had to come back to this area 2 times because of Google. So the actual land is, I think, somewhere here or whatever. But what Google told me to do was to go to this other side, and then obviously I was here, but it kept telling me to keep on going. So what happened was I obviously got smart enough because there was no more trail or anything to follow, and I realized if I'm stupid enough, I'll end up into the river. So obviously I can see with my own eyes. And then I realized, how did this happen? Because I was like, when I was at home, when I mapped this area, I made sure not to use Google Maps because Google Maps was wrong. Then I realized, oh, Google Maps takes over anyway. So when I went back home, the next time I made sure to I actually took print and whatever, and I think I used actually organic maps, and I was able to go to the right place. And the other problem, there's a funny story about that as well. So let me see if I can zoom in here. So it doesn't show here, but this area here has it's inclined to right into this river. So what happened was when I got lost, when it was telling me to keep on driving, obviously you can't drive across. So when I got here, I got out of the car on a slant, and I just took some pictures around, and I realized, okay, I'm supposed to be on the other side, or I'm lost. Let me just go back home. So when I turned around to go back home, the car got stuck. It had just rained just a little bit, and then worse, the car started sliding. Yes, you heard me. The car started sliding. I could see the river, and I started freaking out. No, not because I would end up in the river. I'll tell you why I started freaking out. There was a cabin, and the guy, sorry, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but there was a cabin, and then there was a huge ram track as well there. And I was like, oh my goodness. I'm like, my car is sliding, and I'm thinking, I'm going to push my car is going to push the cabin and the ram truck right into the right into the what do you call it, right into the river. So I'm like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? So I was like, okay, let me roll down the windows and I'll jump out, right? But because I have the seatbelt on, and I'm like panicking, I'm like freaking out, and then so then I remembered something from when I was learning how to drive. I realized that if I'm sliding down, right, because it was slow, I was thinking if it speeds up enough, it might be enough to prevent whatever it was, clay or sand or whatever, so that I can then ramp up and quickly go to the top of the hill and take off. And that's exactly what happened. I was very close to touching the guy's ram pickup truck, and I was able to actually somehow drive off. And then when I got to the top, a level of space, I got out and said, what was causing me to slide down? Then I realized where I'd parked, there was a big rock. So what happened was the big rock, I guess I got stuck on the big rock, and the rock, I guess, must have been also sliding down. That's what was actually making me slide down, because the car should be able to simply ramp up and go. So anyways, that was a fun little, that scared me. And then I vowed, I said, never again. I said, you know what? As soon as I go somewhere and I see that the road is not level, I'm not going in there. Because remember, this was during the pandemic, where a lot of people were still not, people were not traveling, or they had not traveled for a year or so. So, some of these trails or whatever, no human had been there. I was the first one there. So I was like, I was so lucky. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to live. How do I want to live like that? So that's when I started paying more attention to when I travel to these rural areas. I made sure that getting there, meaning whether it's a highway, dirt highway, I don't care. Getting there is also easy, because I realized even if I spend half the year getting all the things I need, food, etc., I need to be able to leave comfortably, especially as I get older. Or for example, say my nieces or something, when they get older and want to visit me, I want it to be comfortable. Because I said I don't want stress. The older I get, less stress. That's my motto. Anywho, that's a fun little story. Yeah. All right. So let's finish this up. Organic maps. Let's go to let's finish it up here. So let's go to conclusion. Organic Map is a powerful and privacy-focused navigation app that offers a range of features to enhance your mobile navigation experience. Whether you're looking for offline maps, turn-by-turn navigation, or simply want to avoid data tracking, Organic Maps has you covered. So I do have some additional resources. I have books on Amazon. You can search for Jumbo. The link is in the description. I have courses on ojamboshop.com. And if you need one-on-one tutorials, I have, you can contact me on ojambo.com/contact, or you can go to ojamboservices.com/contact for consultation services. I also have some other recommended resources. I have this, I live in a cabin in a rural area, so there's no internet, and this service is sporadic, so I use a Starlink, SpaceX Starlink residential service. This is my referral link. You can, if you're thinking of getting that service, please use my referral link. It will give me 1 month free, and you'll get a significant discount. I also use it for Wi-Fi calling, and actually right now I'm also using it right now for this live stream on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, and Odyssey at the same time. Then I also have this Honeywell HeatBud personal ceramic heater. This one is available on Amazon. This is an affiliate link. It has two settings, low and high. I do have a copy. I do have it right here as well. You can see that, low and high. Low is 170 watts, high is 250 watts. This guy has saved me hundreds of dollars in heating costs. So this place is heated by propane. So somebody comes with a truck, fills up two propane tanks, What I didn't realize is that propane is actually used as a backup, not as the primary. People told me I should use that primary, which is really stupid. So I learned my lesson. So because I realized I don't need to heat up the entire cabin or the rooms, I just need to heat up my personal space. So I actually recently turned this temperature down to 14 degrees. Yes, I'm not crazy. I turned down to 14 degrees, and then in my personal space, I use this little guy. When I feel cold, I can turn on and on low, and I'd rather pay $3 to $5 a month as opposed to paying $350 plus for propane per month. And plus, I can leave the propane for emergencies. All right, so you can pick that up. As I said, it's my affiliate. It's an affiliate link, so I'll get a commission. There's no extra cost to you. Then I have this algorithmic serpent. It's my first novelette. You see there, it's Algorithmic Serpents by me, Eduardo Jambo, and it's about a scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. This is the paperback version. There's also an ebook version. You can pick them up. They're both very affordable. Mostly just at the cost. The cost for example, printing, shipping, and storage. Then my latest greatest one is this Recession Business Blueprint. It's a guide to help you start a business during the recession. This recession we're going through right now. So I started my business during a recession, and I've updated the lessons I learned, and there's obviously things which will never go out of style, like example, networking, finding customers, promoting your business. So I've updated them for 2026. So for example, when I started my business, people used to make fun of social media. Obviously, social media is very, very important. So I show you how to utilize it to promote your business. And there's other tips like budgeting, where you should run your business. For example, one thing people, even when I started my business, people slightly older than me used to think it's weird that I ran the business from home, from the condo I was living in at the time. But these days, home-based businesses are not to be scoffed at, right? They're legitimate businesses, just like any other business. All right. So, and then if you want to know more about me, I have a blog here. I'm a freelance programmer. Other fancy names you can give me titles as software engineer, web developer, and author. And for my book page on Amazon, the link is here. It's also in the description. And then my consulting site, ojamboservices.com. The link is also in the description. And if you're ready to learn, ojamboshop.com for the online courses. So if you want to contact me, you can comment use the comment form. The comment form stays up for about 10 days after the article goes live. Post something related, obviously, to topic. Today's topic is about organic maps, or any maps in general. If you think it's horrible or something better, just post it there, and I can maybe reply or investigate that one. If something's better, I'm open to it as well. All right, and then the best way to contact me is to use the contact form, ojambo.com/contact, ojamboservices.com/contact, and ojamboshop.com/contact. And then to follow me, I post every day at 2 p.m. Eastern on Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, and YouTube. Okay, with that said, I'm going to show the outro, and I'll go up here and remind you that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more of you subscribe, the more the algorithm sends it out to more people. They can then join this growing community, post their requests or tips and tricks, which I'll share with everyone. Now, if you want to know what's upcoming, you simply go to the watch menu, live summary. You can see this. We'll just finish this one, the Organic Maps review for private GPS app. Okay, and then we have we're gonna do something with Blender Python API, and then we're going to create a puzzle. Okay, and then we're going to so basically what we're going to do after that, we're going to let AI create a puzzle for us. We're not going to judge it, and then the day after that we're going to optimize it, because I'm a programmer, so I'm going to critique it and improve it, and then we'll compare the one that I've improved versus the original one. And then after sometime in the future, this was actually requested by a viewer just yesterday when I reviewed the JMonkey engine. game framework. So show you how to generate born amateurs using Blender Python API and put it on the website using 3JS, because according to some AI and the statistics, you guys enjoy that stuff. So put it up there. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to use that to for this stuff here, so bear with me. But you can see there's a space in here, so I'll incorporate I'll incorporate those things that you guys like in that. But I will have to go through this because I said I create some of this stuff way before. But after that, I'll be creating stuff for you guys. If there's anything you like, just post it. You want to see or you want me to review, I'm happy to do that. Although one of those things is also there's a game engine. One of my viewers, I forgot the name of it, let me see if I have it here. There's a game engine one of you guys suggested. It's called, what's the name of it called? Oh, it's called Nutshell Engine. So that might be, yeah, I think I'll review that one, and I post something within 2 weeks for that one as well. All right, so that's it. Let me check the live chats to see if there's any chat requests today. We'll start with Odyssey. There's nothing. Rumble, there's nothing. Engine, so that okay, and BitChute, there's something from another person with this is Aldo Nova, and he says, holy cheat, Bitcoin gets rejected again, going down more than a Kardashian on a crack rock. Bravo, sir, bravo. I don't know if it's a lady, but that's fine. I don't know Bitcoin stuff. And then let's see, YouTube. YouTube, there's nothing here. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna leave you guys, and